Hello friends, thanks for stopping by my channel, Medusa Gnostics. So today what I want to talk about is my experiences working with the demon King Belial. So I've been working with the demon King, with King Belial since about 2019. And in that time I am not the same person I was back then today. And that is in large part to Belial. So, what Belial has done for me is he has exposed me to situations that are that challenge everything that I believe, who I think I am, and what I think I'm capable of, or what I'm not capable of. So, what does that mean? That means that, well, in the beginning, what Belial did was he rearranged my life. And people that were not really supporting me, were not serving my needs, or they really didn't have my best interest at heart, he shoved them out my life, basically. And once they left, I was able to breathe. I was able to find out, oh, this isn't that version of me. That wasn't me. That was what someone else projected onto me. And because I wanted to be accepted by them, I just said, okay, yes, I am that because you say that's who I am. So I will embody that. But it wasn't who I am. And he showed me the strength I have within to walk a solo path and to delve into things that never in a million years would I have thought I would get into, because if anyone who knows me knows that I am unicorns and mermaids and pretty things and, fantasy, Games of Thrones, all that stuff, right? But walking this path can get dark sometimes. And when it gets dark, you find out who you really are, and you find out who is really in your corner. So let me explain. Here recently, there was an incident where there was basically a falling out for a certain a group of people who I will not name. And so I started receiving spiritual attacks. And for the life of me, I couldn't understand why this was happening to me, because I did nothing to these people. I did absolutely nothing to these people. But Belial told me that it doesn't matter if you think you did anything or not. It was meant to happen to strengthen you. You were meant to interact with the people that you interacted with because they're there to teach you. And unfortunately, the lesson that they were there to teach you was a hard one. And it's really about trust and boundaries. I mean, for me personally, my lesson was that just because someone might have the same experience as you doesn't mean that their goals are the same as yours. Just because someone has more experience and can teach you something doesn't mean that they are for you, and you need to be careful who you attach yourself to, because when you attach yourself to people, then you also attach yourself to whatever drama or unnecessary drama that they're going through, and how they impact other people, that will basically seep into your life, and you will be impacted not by the things that you have done, but by the things that they have done. You're going to get the brunt of things that were meant for them as well, and the people that you say you trust, that you were learning from and you really felt like you connected with, that was all just a ruse. It's all about your ability to discern who is really there for you and who isn't, what their true intention is. Do they really care about you? Sorry. Or are they using you as a pawn in their game of chess that they're playing with each other? So even though what you received may not have been warranted or deserved, it was still necessary for your growth. Because let's face it, when things are going good, we become complacent. And so what Belial showed me was that even when things are good, I need to find a way to challenge myself. Because when you face adversity, you grow. You become close to who you are. You learn how strong you are. You learn how resourceful you can be. And you're able to move to the next stage in your path, and whatever your path is. Sorry. And so, yeah, you're able to move forward. You don't grow when things are going good because you become complacent, because you think, oh, well, everything is going well. I'm doing what I should be doing. However, what you should be doing is always moving forward, always learning new techniques, always increasing your arsenal of skills, always delving into how far you can go, how far you can reach, how strong you can become. And when I say strong, I'm not necessarily talking about physically strong. I'm really speaking more mentally strong. The mind can either destroy you or it can lift you up. You can fall into a heavy illusion, or you have the discernment to be able to recognize when you're in an illusion and when you're not. When the things that you see is real versus what someone or something has projected onto you. you know so we walk throughout our daily lives not really paying attention to what is actually influencing just behind the scenes our thoughts, our feelings, our emotions, you know? And um, when you are in a bad situation, your thoughts and emotions become erratic. However, when you're under attack, if you're able to harness the raw emotion and remain calm, recognize that this isn't you. What you're feeling is being projected onto you. It's not your energy. It's not who you are. It's it's what someone wants you to feel. It's what someone wants you to think about yourself. And the only way you're going to be able to get to that point where you can determine, you can see, you have a baseline and you can see when you veer off from your baseline is through adversity, through attack, through, just not getting along with people, you know? So that's something that Belial taught me. And yes, it is a very hard lesson. It's not, unicorns and mermaids. It's dark, but it has to be because, let's face it, people are dark. People are dark. And just because they pretend or they're wearing a mask, they're wearing a shade and pretending to be something that they're not. And it's your it's your duty to be able to peer through that mask to whatever it is that's hiding behind it, so you know who you're dealing with. And when people show you who they are, you need to fucking believe them. Stop pretending or making excuses or thinking, well, next time, if something happens to me, this person will help. They're not going to help, because the only people that unfortunately, there's a lot of toxicity in this path. And unfortunately, really, what it really comes down to, it's a microcosm of our macrocosm. So the world at large, this path amplifies some of the worst behaviors that people can display. Your need for power, your need to be right, your gross sense of superiority or entitlement, or wanting to be able to tell someone else, oh, you're doing this wrong, this is how you should be doing it. When no, that's not the case. I'm doing it right. Back at the things that you have accomplished by yourself. Look back at the things that the adversities that you faced, and when you reached out for help from other people, did they show up for you? And if not, were you able to show up for yourself? So the lesson that Belial was teaching me during this time was what it really truly means to be without a master. Being without a master means you are not dependent on the opinions, thoughts, feelings, motivations of other people. You are dependent on yourself. You are the one who will vanquish the demons, your inner demons. You will bring yourself, conquer your fear, and bring yourself a victory, because what you have conquered is your mind. You have found a way to quiet the ego, that part of yourself that basically tells you all the negative thoughts. So when you're feeling like, oh, I can't possibly do this, this isn't me, I'm not worthy, why are they even contacting me? Do I deserve this? This is your ego talking. This is the part of you that has been programmed by every moment in your life up until this point to tell you that, basically, to tell you the things that you need to hear in order to continue to doing the behaviors, in order for you to continue the behaviors, the negative behaviors that hold you in place, that keep you from growing. So, in this situation, Belial's lesson to me was that I needed to quiet the ego. I needed to stop listening to what other people were telling me, and I needed to provide my own counsel. I needed to take a real hard look at, okay, is this me and my doing, or could it possibly be that what I'm being told is happening to me isn't happening to me at all? It's what someone wants me to believe because this person wants me to be just as erratic as they are, to find chaos everywhere. When, I'm sorry, but chaos is not everywhere. It's not. And sometimes when you think you're being cursed, you're not being cursed. You're cursing yourself because you're allowing the chatter in your mind to take control. And you're not thinking logically. You're not even thinking. You're just reacting. And you can't react to everything the same way. You can't think that, okay, if I'm connected with this person, or if I'm connected with this group of people, then they're always going to have my back, and they're always going to strengthen me, and my strength is their strength and their strength is my strength. No, that's not how things work. The way things work is you are your own master. You are your own king or queen of your own domain, your own kingdom. So you are responsible for protecting you. Nobody else is responsible for that. So when you learn that, then you have the mental fortitude to withstand whatever comes your way. Because no matter what is thrown at you, you have the mental clarity to see it for what it is, and based on either experience or research or whatever, or divine intervention, you'll be shown how to walk past it and to get through it and to deal with whatever crisis has befallen upon you. And another thing about boundaries, it's important to be able to know when something is impacting you and when it's not, And unfortunately, there are people out there who will take everything that is happening to them and tell you, this is about to happen and you need to do this, that, and the other because you are being attacked. When in actuality, you're not the target. You are not the one who's being attacked. So I say tread lightly. You know who you are. Know what is for you and what is not for you. And actually, this wasn't something that Belial told me. This was a message that Lucifer sent to me. You have to be open to the experiences that are sent your way, because they're sent to you to teach you. And what we forget is that's these demons' main focus is, to put us on the path of ascension so that we can learn and we can grow and we can become more of who we are and realize our potential. And I'm sorry, but you were born alone, you will die alone. So don't project onto other people traumas that you yourself need to deal with. Well, now let me scratch that. I would say that working with Belial has been challenging, exhilarating, awe-inspiring. Dealing with people, maybe not so much. But when I am interacting with Belial, when I'm interacting with Lucifer, when I'm interacting with Azazel, with Lilith, I am awed. I am inspired to become the best version of myself that I could possibly become. And yes, I have always had a desire. I want to learn. I want to know the truth. I'm always trying to increase the knowledge that I have, my spiritual knowledge, because this is what I was meant to do. I know what I do, what my 9 to 5 is, and when my 9 to 5 is over, I spend the rest of my time following my passions, following the things that ignite my soul. And Belial and the rest have opened my eyes to the things that ignite my soul, that make me feel alive, make me feel, yes, this is who I am, this is where I'm meant to be, this is what I'm meant to be doing. And yes, things can be dark at times, but that's what it's supposed to be. We live in a dualistic world. There is no light without the dark. There is no dark without the light. It's your job to find a way to balance them within yourself and to grow, to accept your shortcomings and learn your lessons. Because if you do not learn your lessons, they will be presented to you in harsher and crueler ways. And you may succumb to the madness of your own mind. You may succumb to the illusions that you project onto yourself and then begin to project onto other people. So, some might listen to this and disagree with everything that I say. And you are you can go ahead and do that. I don't care. This is my truth, and I'm just sharing it. So, yeah, I am reaffirming my commitment to working with Belial. Belial is my patron. Belial is my teacher. Belial is my guide. And I will always be grateful for all the experiences that Belial has pushed me through. Because at the end of the day, they all made me stronger. They all helped me grow. They all brought me closer to my core, despite what has transpired between me and other people. And I hold no grudges. So, because like I said, they were put in my life to teach. I was exposed to them so that I could learn from them. And I learned a great deal from them. From all of them, I learned a great deal. And I will forever be grateful, because if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't have been able to have grown as much as I did in the past few months. So that has been my experience, or not my entire experience, but that's been the experience I kind of wanted to talk about today. I would be interested. I'm very interested in finding out about your experiences. How has it been working with Belial for you? You know, what challenges has he given you, and you know, what was the outcome? I'd love to read them in the comments. So I hope you like this little message, and I will see you in the next video.